Welcome back to the Phillips fam baby journey. Today I am officially 13 weeks pregnant. Woohoo! And I just want to give you guys an update on how I've been feeling. One of the newest symptoms is itchy nipples. I was like, okay, that's weird. So I went from being an African booty scratcher to sneaking trying to scratch my titties at work. Constipation has eased up some. A couple people reached out talking about do this, do that. I just kept taking my fiber pills, and I don't know if the baby repositioned itself or what, but it's been a little easier. The lumps in my booty going down, so I have not been scratching my booty as much as I have. Still some scratching, but I mean, it was intense, y'all. Intense. But mainly today, I want to share with you the power of putting what you desire into the atmosphere. Back in March 2008, I made a vision board. I'm about to show it to y'all now. We're gonna try so y'all can see this. Okay, as y'all can see, ain't nothing on that vision board but baby stuff. At that point in March 2008, yes, of course, I was trying for a child. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know that it was going to be through IVF. I didn't know if it was going to be natural conception. I didn't know if we were going to have to do an IUI. Nothing. I just knew that I wanted a child, and I was hoping that it would happen in 2018. My husband was still employed at that point, so there was no rush for us to start doing any additional fertility drugs or experiments because we was just chilling. We had just came off a failed IUI attempt, and it's just like, okay, you know what? Let's just take a break and wait until the fall time and start trying again. But when he received notification that he was getting laid off at the end of June, it's like, oh crap, you got the good insurance. We're gonna need to pay to keep it going so that we can, you know, do fertility treatments, because there's not many people that have that type of insurance. So once again, when I made that vision board, I had no idea that I would get what I wanted, but I was putting it into the atmosphere. And the reason why I think that this story is so powerful, not just because I got pregnant, but just because back in 2013, actually 2014, I apologize, I made a vision board, and everything I put on there came true as well. I put that I wanted to get engaged. I put that I wanted to get a new job. I put that I wanted to get a dog. I put that I wanted to travel more. Those were the main core elements on that board, and I got every single one. I made that board in January of 2014. Everything takes time. My husband proposed to me in October of that year. I got a new job November of that year, and we got our dog back, and my dog that be barking all crazy in these videos sometimes, earlier back at the end of July. So, and then we were taking mad trips, Miami, I can't remember. Me and my husband travel a lot. But everything that I put on that board came true as well. So baby, I believe in the magic of vision boards, and I highly recommend that if you're trying to conceive or if you're trying to achieve anything, make a visual representation of what it is that you want, so that you have something to look at, something to strive for. Yeah, I made the vision boards, but I had to do the steps to make those things that I desire come true. I mean, obviously to have a baby, you know, I was doing what levels to try to make one. And when that didn't work, you know, we had to go and get some medical assistance. For me to get that new job, I had to, you know, fill out applications. For us to go get a dog, you know, I had to scour Craigslist looking for the right one. For me to get engaged, I had to, you know, put up with my my dead fiance. Not put up with him, I love him. But, you know, continue to show him that I was a great match for him. So, ladies, don't forget to put that work in. to get what it is that you want. And guys too, if y'all watching this, because I know it's some fellas who support the Phillips fam baby journey, and I appreciate it. So in the essence of, you know, vision board magic, I'm gonna show y'all my 2019 board. All right, so we're gonna start over here. I want a baby moon in Paris. So this is what all this is about. I've never been to Europe, Paris before. With a child, I know it's gonna be a little bit harder, so that's where I want to go baby moon at. I just booked the trip this past Saturday, and it took me 3 hours to get it done because, you know, I found a great price. I go to book it and it wasn't going through. I'm checking my credit card, like the money there, like what's going on. I'm on the phone with Orbitz for an hour. They trying to book, you know, book it for me, but come to find out, even though they were advertising that there was a non-stop flight from Dallas to Paris on American, there was only one seat available, but I needed 2 seats because my husband was going with me. So they started coming back with all type of crazy return flights. So it's gonna be like 32 hours. No, that's not gonna work. I need the non-stop 9-hour flight from Dallas to Paris. So I had to go and try it pretty much every weekend in April, and it was all crazy. Couldn't find anything. But I was like, all right, well, how about the last week of March? Worked out, you know. So once again, perseverance. I made this board before I booked the trip. I didn't know where the money was going to come from to book the trip at that point. Well, actually, kind of, sort of. So that takes me to another story. A friend of mine from high school, way back in 1996 when I first met her, named Requill. When I first launched my first video, she reached out to me to share with me her story about trying to conceive. But she recommended to me to read a book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And she actually sent me and my husband a copy of the book. And we read the book and loved it. Essentially, it's a 28-day journey to help increase your gratitude. Because essentially the premise of the book is the more grateful you are for what you receive, the more you'll end up receiving, because you'll attract that. So from the time we got that book to the time we finished that book, there were several windfalls of money that came just from practicing, you know, the law of gratitude. I won $1,500 off the jackpot, that Mega Millions jackpot that everybody was playing, was over $1 billion. My husband won $5,000 in an elevator pitch contest. He won another $500 in another one of those. So with that money, it's like, okay, we definitely got IVF expenses that we need to pay because it's been expensive. But at the same time, we need to live life a little bit too. So we took some of that money and decided that, you know, we could find a trip to Paris, you know, for under a certain price, that we would go ahead and do it. So that's happening. Also on my board, no, this is my Be Like a Boss corner. You know, I want to be a lady that lead and be a story worth telling. In 2018, I lost a couple people that were unexpected. And if I go, I want people to feel the way that I felt about those people, and other people as well that felt for them, because they were such great individuals. Nobody had nothing bad to say about them. I want to be a story worth telling. I want to reach people. So maybe it's through this YouTube channel that I accomplished that, but even in my everyday interactions, I try to make sure that I'm doing something that can benefit somebody else, because being of service is what we were put on this earth for, to help other people. So don't forget that. So here, you know, that's my baby corner again. Now, me and my husband debating back and forth about, do we want to do another IVF cycle in 2019 at the end. We wouldn't have to do the full one because we still have 3 embryos remaining. We still have 2 boys and 1 girl. I have no idea how hard it's going to be being a mother once little Legacy gets here, but I don't want to be, you know, super old, and I don't want my kids to have a large age gap. So it's quite a possibility that we may be trying for 1 more by the end of next year, but we're gonna see how number one go. But that's on there. And then down here, this focuses on family and being a parent and a good wife. That's always my goal, to make sure that I'm supportive to my husband, to my family, and also to my friends. Because there's nothing in this world that matters more than family and friends. So saying that, like I said, I just want to encourage you guys to think about your goals for 2019, because it is right around the corner. Keep hope alive. Keep striving to achieve your goals. And I'll have snapshots of these boards on Legacy's Instagram page. So if you go to @LegacyPhillips, you can see these vision boards more in detail, because it may have been a little hard to see them on camera, not quite sure. And as y'all can see, I do got a little bit of makeup on today and a new hairdo, because I'm going out with some ladies tonight for a holiday dinner at Nick and Sam's. So I had to get jazzed up a little bit, because they're gonna come with it. They like fashion bloggers on Instagram, and I don't be about that life, but I know if I go out with them, I gotta at least attempt. So this is my attempt at it. But the baby bump gonna be dressed up tonight. So also, if you follow on @LegacyLeePhillips, you can see what it is that I put on to go out tonight. So make sure you tune in next week. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, because I need y'all to subscribe so that I know that y'all like what I'm doing, so I can continue to do it. All right. Peace and love to everybody. Deuces.